Good evening. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna live stream for. I'm kind of tired. I was debating on if I should just go to sleep or not. Then, before I knew it, I just kind of clicked the go live. So we're gonna give it a try. I'm not gonna put that light on, so you're gonna have the nice glow of the screen because I am tired. Any chance we gonna make the Lesser Arcanus Crystal Ritual stackable? No idea what you mean. What do you mean stackable? How you doing, Gagny? Whew, it's been a long day. Long day. Good news is I had a couple more things that I had to redo, and I think I got everything done. Oh, you can only do one of them at a time? Oh, that's what you mean? No, not in this update anyways. I would need a good way to do that. If you watch the streams, you'll see that I don't know. That's gonna take more brain power than this stream's gonna have in it, I think, and it's not gonna be in this next update. Not opposed to it, but I'm feeling a little burnt out on this one here because I had to rewrite so many things the past couple of days for the spell duplication system. It's been a royal pain in the butt. Like, really bad. But I got it all working finally. Finally. A lot of weird stuff where, like, I was trying to send a packet to update information, but the way I was sending things, I couldn't send a packet. It was weird. So I have to draw the chalk and get fresh torches per crystal, correct? Yeah. That is correct. Either that or you upgrade and get the better chalk. That has like a 10% chance. Or you start getting the, well, hopefully you have someone that can make the lanterns, which don't disappear. So you could do one of those two things together, and it's just crazy. Just absurdly grindy, even with a single spell going, because you need like 20 of those crystals to make one full spell book. You're talking about... Oh, so you're not talking about rituals, then. I thought you were talking about a ritual. That's world magic. So you're talking about... Let's pull out the handy-dandy book. World magic. It's not that. It is... Arcanus Convergence. Yeah, so let's go ahead and make it. Let's pull out some mana torches. Let's do the regular mana torches. And we'll get some magic chalk. There it is. Boop. Place it down, and then we draw. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Yeah, and you're talking about, let's throw out a bunch of... We'll make the lesser. We'll make the lesser. I think you can batch them in like 4 per. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'll just throw a bunch right here. We'll see what it makes. Let me get rid of that and that. Let's get transmutation. I just made 16. But it does matter what your magic tier is. I'm tier 4 right now, so I can make a big stack of them. I think when you're tier 1, you should... I don't know, let's become tier 1. I could look at the code, but I'd rather explore this way. I've been staring at the code. The past couple of days, I had to finish cleaning up my particle system. I had 3 GitHub polls. Each one of those things were 400 plus files that I had to go in and change. I reduced the mod size again from 8.3 megs to like 7.6 in just that kind of code cleanup. So I've been staring at the code. that's kind of why I feel, you know, a little tired. How'd you make it without the corners? What are you talking about without the corners? Oh, let me know when you're back, Gagny. I think I know what you mean. Believe it or not, that was not me placing that ad. It is not me placing that ad. I guess I can get rid of that. I'll wait for a little bit here. Wait for you to come back. Oh, I guess while I'm waiting, I can test Bind Affinity. Let's see. Let's grab some spell books. We'll do that. We'll do Cleansing Light. That's all I need. Let me soulbind to this. Boop, boop. Reset all my stuff. I broke my world right before stream. Just like that, too. Boop. There we go. I don't have that ritual you did. Yes, you do. So I know what it is. You are confusing world magic with rituals. Now, mind you, they are similar. World magic is a more primitive form of rituals. Rituals, like, cover a huge area, and they do some kind of spell for a large area. World magic is different. So again, right, like you're referring to like using this, right, the ritual altar. You have your stabilizers on the side, you draw your big pattern, and then you do whatever the ritual is, right? You're going to do a ritual of destruction. It needs to be a certain way. You want to look at world magic. World magic's different. This is a small scale thing designed to where you can do it anywhere in the world. You don't need anything specific but some magic chalk and maybe a few catalyst items. So when you're doing your Arcanist Convergence, if you look at the picture, there's nothing on the sides because you don't need stabilizers for world magic. Now, let me read this here, because maybe I did say, unlike rituals, these do not require stabilizers and usually serves specific purposes. So I tell you that. No, I did Arcanist Convergence. I didn't do Arcanist Divergence. I did Arcanist Convergence. And also, you gotta think of it this way, too. This update that I've been working on has had a lot of stuff in it. So, who knows? Maybe your book has the wrong stuff. Wouldn't be the first time. This is a bulk thing, though. Right here, right? So this right here is Arcanist Convergence. I will throw out 32 of these. And do this. Boop. And I just got another 16. Let's make it rain. There we go. All on the floor. No, I'm saying what your book says for Arcanist Divergence says Arcanist Convergence in my book. Yeah, again, I did change things, Gagny. What you see here is me developing stuff. That's what you're seeing here. So if you see something different, it's because it probably is different. You don't have this version yet. You will soon, but not yet. Honestly, I've done so much, I don't remember what the current version everyone's playing has in it. I can tell you this, it doesn't have these kind of things in it. It doesn't have the spell duplication, it doesn't have all of the spell rewrites, it doesn't have all the new configs. There's a lot that it doesn't have. It doesn't have repairable armor. Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing. Yeah, in your book, yeah. You may not have it. I don't know. I can tell you that you will be getting it. It is coming. All right, so let me test out here. So let me kill myself. I have to test Bind Affinity. That's a new spell that I decided to make literally 15 minutes ago, right before the stream. Okay, so when I died, it brought me back here. Let me pick up all my stuff. So Bind Affinity is something that will work on just yourself, and it's basically it makes it to where you could set your bind point anywhere. So I will cast Bind Affinity on myself. Oh, let's see. I'll do it right here. Let me just make sure that it looks okay. So you feel your soul bind to your location. Ooh. Alright, we'll come back over here. Ugh. Kill myself again, so I should respawn over there now. Yep, okay, good, so that spell works. And you have 9 more uses until the effect vanishes. Sweet. So I can't use the Arcanist Convergent you used? No, you'll have to follow whatever it is in the book. I don't think I had the batches in the current version. You may have. The batches may be a little lower with what you can make. I remember I put it in as a proof of concept that people were supposed to test, and then get back to me on like if it's working before I just allowed it to eat stacks of your items. I just wanted to make sure, like, you know, people weren't finding a way to be like, oh, well, I threw all this stuff and, you know, it ate, like, every single item. That's actually pretty cool. I like that. So, I don't know, man. The big disclaimer, whatever the current version of the game is, like, I'm, like, a month behind with that. I can tell you what this new update has. But, man, I don't know. I don't know what the current one gives you. Besides, a lot of people have, like, I think that specifically, we had chats in Discord about it. And I put in that proof of concept, and I remember someone else got all bent out of shape. They're like, this is gonna take forever! And I'm like, come on, man. Like, it's, like, literally, do you want me to mess something up and have it eat literally stacks of your items? You know, because I didn't get the math right? You know, like, I need fail-safes in here. Protect you from yourself. So will that all be available for Tier 1s in the newest, though? Yeah. Yeah, it's available to Tier 1. Now, for Tier 1, you're not going to be able to mass produce. Like, you can't make stacks of 64 lesser all in one. But you will be able to batch them. I think that's specifically what I called it, is batching. Yeah, I think I honestly, I have everything done for the playtest. I'm just too tired to actually do the playtest right now. I was looking at it and I'm like, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with it right now. Oh, this is another thing that I could do. I increased the amount of slots. I never increased the GUI. Let's fill this up with spellbooks. Skell, oh my god. I'm so tired, this is crazy. Let's get the fly spell. I don't know, man. Let's get Kindle, and then... I don't know, underwater breathing. Yeah, I think actually in a past update too, like the one that I didn't push out that I just kept adding to, the one that I'm on now, I made the world magic easier. Now convergence and divergence take less resources as well. So again, right, I'm making it less grindy. Also in this new version, this is going to be probably the biggest feature that people will love. I'll show it off right now. It's in the configs. It is under General. Right here. The experience multiplier for tier 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, you can put in your own value. If you want to level up faster, You can change the value and lower it. If you want to make it slower for whatever reason, you can make this value higher. So you can choose the speed in which you level up. Now, the disclaimer is, I don't know what a good value for this is. Personally, I wanted to skew things to where they were, you know, this is an alternate path idea. Meaning that I don't care if you can get to steel in a week. I don't want to get to endgame magic in a couple of days. Some people may want that, but I don't have the right numbers for it. So if you end up putting in a value without testing it into your world, you could either max people out as soon as they log in, because it depends on the amount of experience that they currently have in their level. So they may level up multiple times. I'm not responsible for it. If you mess it up, it's on you with that config. And there's really no take backsies unless you want to try, unless you have them use like one of the admin tools to like remove magic to start from 1 and then, re-unlock magic. What was I doing with these? Oh, I killed myself a couple of times. Now let's take a look at this. So I need to add another... Oh man, I need to add another entry here. All right, let's fix it. Oh, it's like everywhere I look, it's like I'm playtesting it already. Ooh. Hope everyone else is having a good day. It's been a long one. It's been a long couple of days. It's been a long weekend. Thirsty. Just ran out of my water. Man, the cards are stacked against me. All right, let's fix this. Oh, we need to go into the GUI. Yeah, Gagme. With all the stuff, I rely on people's feedback. I don't have time to like completely play test every aspect of these mods. Because I got like 4 or 5 of them right now that I'm, that I develop. And this is by far the one that I'm giving the most attention because I like the idea. It's fun for me. So if you see any like spelling issues, any discrepancies, if you have any feedback, like, for instance, you had said, like, I thought you were talking about rituals at first, and I'm like, I cannot unpack the ritual system again because I just rewrote it like 1 or 2 releases ago. World Magic, yeah, I had put in batching, but I'm trying to remember. I don't remember if like the full batching was in or not. I want to think no. I think in this update you'll have a lot of stuff, including the new batching. It's a pretty big update. Pretty big. Although all my updates seem to be pretty big. One day I'll actually get to play the game. I'll actually get to use my mod. Alright, workstations. This is the Sanctum. So I just have to add another slot here, and then probably shift everything up. Sorry, I'm gonna be yawning a lot. My eyes are tired. Alright, so this is gonna be slot name 4, durability 4. Inventory slot 4, and that is 5. Alright, I think that will do a majority of it. Now I need to go into the attributes here in the... because I have to pass the correct information over. Oh man, so let's go to block entity, station, Sanctum. I am so glad that light is not on. Oof, would have killed me. Would have killed me. Alright, we need to get to the section where I am passing information. try put, it's not that. Try take, it's not that. Here we go. Set dialogue values. So right in here, I need to do a copy and paste, and then I need to say inventory 4. Let's look at inventory stack 4. We're going to pass in that specific information. We're going to get the durability for inventory slot 4, and then I'm going to say what the maximum is. And then inventory slot 4, 4. And then we have the empties here. Okay, so it looks like it did do it, but we got to offset that position now. Position! I think I got to, like, set it all a little higher, too. I gotta not be lazy, I guess. You know what? I'll keep everything the same here. I will push it down, and then we will edit the image. And then resize everything, just so it looks nice. Unfortunately. Oh, we're gonna drown! There we go. Oh, I forgot to... I forgot to change that to be 5. Here we go. Boop. There we go. There we go. So fly is number 5. Oh, man. All right, we're going to do a print screen. So everyone will get to see again how I do my GUIs. What do I want to do? Whoops. Whoops. Okay, we'll put those back. We'll do a print screen. I'll take a screenshot of it. We're going to copy the image. Now I'm going to open up paint.net. We're going to paste it in here. Now what I'm going to do is go to... You know, actually, we could just edit this file for now. I'm going to do a copy and paste. I think I can... There we go. Do something like this. Copy, paste. Let's just see what it will look like. Nope, it's got to go down just a little bit more. Probably that. That will do. All right, let's pull up the actual image now. It's going to be under textures. That's what we want to do. So textures, dialogues, sanctum, battle background. Okay. So this is what it currently is. Now we need to size it appropriately. To do that, I just have to come right up to the top here. So we're looking at 243. We're going to do an image. We're going to do a canvas resize. I'm going to say 243. We are going to center it at the bottom. Paste. Oh, actually, not that. We need to go back in here. 243. Image. Image canvas resize. Here we go. 243. We're gonna have it stay up top. Copy paste. So really, expanding it this much will give us what we want. Let's just double check that. So from here, going down to there, that is 243. Let's save this. Oop. So that's the new size. So I'm going to have to resize it in here in a couple of places. Anywhere where it says 230 here, we're going to need 243. So up top, the main, is going to be 243. The image will be 243. And this is the last one here. I knew there was another one. 243. And this is the shaded dialogue background. So now let me reload the game. That way it brings in the new edited texture. Man. Sore. Ah, it sucks that I'm out of water. I'm at that point now where I feel like if I get up, see, and everything's good. If I get up, I'm like, there's a 50% chance that I'm just going to go to bed. A 50% chance maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll get some water. I don't know. But there we go. Got all the correct information. Now let's kill ourselves. Make it daytime. Wow. So all of these, all my grimoires should have taken durability damage. So let's make sure that I'm sending the right information. So we have 64, 78, 85, 64, 78, 85, and then we have 86 and 89. So 86 and 89. Perfect. Now what happens if I take out the new book? It will say empty. That's exactly what I want. If I put it back in, it maintains everything. And actually, since I took out the grimoire, its durability is definitely lower. Nice. Oh, I didn't test any of this with a grimoire with attributes. Uh-oh. Oh no, please just work. Tier 2, we'll make a random tier 2 spell. I don't care what it is. Perfect. Befriend animal. Oop. We'll take out fly. I don't need that. Valuable book, and I just throw it. So 100%. Let's kill ourselves again. Respawn. Alright, so it should be at 94. Good, so it's sending the correct information. Let me make sure that spell is okay to cast. Let's befriend an animal. I don't think I have any animals near me. I don't think I have any animals at all near me. Cool. And I had a couple rabbits walking around. No? Nope, those are just rocks. A lot of rocks. Ah, there we go. Insufficient mana? Not anymore. Oh, actually, will it not work on this? No, it did. Okay, Generation 2. So it is a spell that will work. Let me try to take a snapshot of that spell. Good, 12 seconds. Oh, my water's gone. What am I gonna do? Boom, there we go. So it looks like it did work. And let's use this spell. I just want to make sure that it actually works. There we go. Okay. Let's reload the game to make sure. I think we got it. Oh. Yep. Works. Good old spank in the butt. All right, and that should have taken 10 off. Yeah, so instead of 84, we're at 74. Cool. All right, so that's fixed. God, is there anything else? Any last minute things that I need to like fix for the update? Man, there's so many spells now. And kinda crazy. Oh, for Imbue Element and Familiar, I need to disable these. Let's do it. Spell casting. Disable those. That may be all I need to do. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Looking pretty good. Oh, let's check life tap. GM2 or GM1. That looks like it worked pretty well. Cast it again. Yep. I can get my mana back. The cost of my health. There we go. GM2. Bond 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll spawn 8 rifts around us. GM1. Cleansing Light. Boom, baby. And it did fully... Yep, it got rid of them all. Good, that spell still works. Let's reload just to make sure. I need a haircut. Alright, yep, they are all definitely gone, so that spell works. What is that over there? Tell me your secrets. Oh, that's a, okay, yeah, that's a certain tree. Let's see what it is. Oh, pear tree. Nice. Pretty cool. I was playing around with these guys using Summon Corpse. I wanted to see if I could kill one and then summon the corpse far away, but when it comes back to life after so many days, it will respawn back at its initial point, no matter where it is. Unless... Oh, I kind of wonder, right? So... let's see if we can trap this guy using a couple of spells. You know, the best part is, I can just get the one-time use spells now. Instead of, like, socketing books. So let's pull out Revive and Summon Corpse. Because I'm really curious about this. Where's Summon Corpse? There it is. So many spells, so little time. How you doing, Vexus? This is an impromptu stream. I'm tired. Old Vice is tired. Actually, I didn't mean to stream. I had this open, I was gonna sign out, and then I accidentally hit like go live, and I'm like, okay. I guess let's let fate decide. Here, so we'll do this. We'll do this. I'm gonna put this down. Let's get an admin sword and see what happens here. We'll pull out another summoned corpse. So ideally, you kill a traitor. I'm going to summon him over here. Right? Dead traitor. After so many days of killing a traitor, they respawn, but see, that is the initial point that I spawned this guy in. Right? This person, their initial spawn point's probably one of these two squares. Same. I made some homemade salsa. Oh, nice. I'm just relaxing in my chair now. RC murderer! You killed him! But I would like to... I think there's a way you could trap these traitors to, like, go where you want them to go, as long as you keep them alive, right? So let's do the same kind of thing. Actually, could you do me a favor, buddy, and, like, come back over here? Can you do me that solid? Will I be able to see your body from here? How you doing, RC? Burp. He'll be fine. He's just taking a little nap. I just hit him with a sap. That's all. So I think what you could do to trap these guys is you could do that, right? You can kill them, summon their corpse into like your nest, right? And now if you tap them with a revive, I think, yeah, so you could transfer these guys by doing that. Wait, can I? Yep, he talks to me. He is still a traitor. Damn, it's good to see a friendly face. Well met. Got anything to trade? Yep. Trade his life force. Get the club. Oh man, I wonder if killing him and reviving him, if it resets what he sells. I have no idea. Let me hit print screen here. Here we go. So this is a snapshot of his stuff that he's got. Let's see. Sorry, buddy. I'll teach you for laughing. Let's see. Where's revive? There it is. Like, oh, my head. I don't know what happened to you, buddy. He's happy with me. Okay, looks like it doesn't change what he is selling. Which, I guess that's good. I don't want you... Ooh. Ooh. I don't want you to be able to cheese it. That'd be cheesy almost, yeah. So you can like kidnap this guy. Or any guy. Oh, I didn't know he had like a little spyglass. That's cool. Alright, sir. Look at you laughing. Oh, Vexus, did you see my new spell that I added like 15 minutes before stream? I don't know when he came. It's right there. Bind Affinity. Do you know what Bind Affinity does? It was literally just a last minute little spell. I'm like, I could do this quickly. No, what's it do? Well, you know what it does from EverQuest, that you could set the caster's return point to your target location. It works just like in EverQuest. With this, I make it to where it sets your return point and you get 10 charges. That's it. But you could also cast it. I'm like blah in the brain right now. Yeah, me too, honestly. I am tired. I got a busy day tomorrow as well. Yeah, I could do the playtest. Like, honestly, everything is done right now. It's ready for a playtest. I have it built, but I just mentally can't. I can't right now. I can't tonight with it. But I gotta playtest it, but I just can't. I'm not really sure what more. Are there any other spells that people may want to see? Like, I don't know if there's any, like, slam dunks. You know what we could do? A good use of 50% brain power time. Let's look at the unused spells and see what we could maybe do. Brainwash. My brain is sponged out. Alright, so I guess starting at the top, Blink is going to be a nightmare to make. That's going to be the frontal teleport. I'm going to have to put so many checks to make sure you don't put yourself in a wall. It's going to be one of those times, like when I make the Blink spell, I'm literally going to have bottles of like Mountain Dew, and I'm just going to have to stay awake and yeah, poof into stone. Vice, I fell through the world. Your Blink spell is horrible. That'd be so funny, right? But yay, Chronos, thank you very much for the follow. I appreciate it. That'd be so funny. Just poof. But see, with the Blink spell, I do want to make it to where, like, you know, if there's like a wall or something, if there is a visible space, I want you to be able to like teleport to it. You know what I mean? Like, so I want you to be able to teleport through a wall into your house. Like, that's how I want teleport to work. I remember in Minecraft, Ars Magica, they had like the Blink spell, their version of it. And it was cool because I had like hidden rooms with like my treasure chests, and you had to blink at the right place, like the right block, to be able to get into it. And no one else knew that I had like my secret stash there. Yeah, teleport, but to teleport into empty space, there's a lot of checks that I have to do. Which is going to be the annoying part. Lightning resistance, damn. So the Blink spell, I want to make it, but it's just not there yet. It's not there yet. Endless Intellect, I have no idea what this is going to turn into. The idea was this was going to be like the EverQuest, Kodak's Endless Intellect. But I don't know how I want mana regen to work yet, so I'm not sure. So that's just kind of there. Levitate was going to be like the poor man's fly. Like, I put in Levitate at first, and that was going to be fly, and then I decided to just name the spell fly, and I never took this out. So, but I kept it in, so I don't know. OG's teleportation. I've added stuff like that into Minecraft, and it was a massive headache. You don't realize how much safety goes into crazy stuff like that. Yeah. That's why I said, like, to make this spell, I already know all the checks that I'm gonna have to do. I already had to do some of those kind of checks with Surface Ascent. So let's pull up that spell here. I'll do the tier 3 version, right? So you could be like deep underground in a cave. There we go. And then you cast this conjuration spell, right? And then it teleports you from wherever you are up top, like, to escape. That took a lot to, like, not put your ass in the ground. Like, how do you determine what top is, right? In a game where people can build and modify anything. That one was a labor of love. And I'm like, God, Blink, like, it's going to be like a directional... I'm going to have to, like, convert what your pitch and yaw for, like, your camera view is, right, to the nearest block. And then do checks around that, right, to see if you have, like, 2 spaces, and then put you safely in between those spaces. I don't know. Vector maths, yeah. Ugh. I'm not looking forward to it, which is why it's still just an unused work in progress. Preservation is a spell I want to do. So that's going to be the spell that you can cast on different food storage containers, and it would increase the amount of time that your food is fresh for. Let's take a look at that. I feel like I've looked at it enough to where maybe now is the time to actually add that spell. Let me see here. Well, it wasn't in recent time because I don't have it open right now. Let's look at the Croc. Block Entity Croc is what I want. So it's container. Sealed quantity servings. See, it would be nice if I could just hit up some kind of attribute, but I know I can't. I already know I cannot. Maybe Croc wasn't like the best thing. Meal block code. Entity? Block entity Croc? Maybe, yeah, maybe it's not Croc then. What else would be a good thing? A storage container? Maybe? Let's go and block entity container. I really wish I still had it up. I had everything up before. Alright, so get perish rate is probably what I'm going to want to look at specifically. But I don't think it would be... Okay, so get block info rate is perish rate. Get light level, get importance. See, the math of this was kind of janky. That's the hardest part. Like, I need to look to see how this stuff is calculated. Like, what is perish rate in general? Like, I'm doing all this calculation, but how does it affect a perishable thing like food? Okay, let's look at food specifically. This is going to be item, right? Like some kind of item food. Block entity trowel. Loose item food source. What are you? Oh, I think that's for animals. Yep. I think we want something that's transitionable. Let's look at the base game stuff here. Attributes, survival, item stacks. Here we go. What if you were to look at the seller determination and effects code? Well, I don't want to change the flow of time. I want to add time, which would be adding to the items. And so what my spell's going to have to do is look at a block space and see if that block space has like a container of some type. And then inside that container, it's probably going to be a generic container because you're placing it on the ground, which is like a generic thing. And then I have to look at how many slots it would have in its inventory. And then within each slot, I have to look at that item stack for the either item or block, right? Because I'm going to have to do a stateful kind of check to see which one it is. And then from there, it's going to be another branching decision tree because I'm pretty sure blocks that have some kind of perishable thing, it's a transitionable block that you extend. And then I think for items, it's something different, which is what we're looking at right now. So if I go into food and bread, now, you know what, bread's going to be kind of complex. Let's do something simple like fruit. Fruit is a fast breather. So if we look at attributes, right, we have things like this food category, in pie, juiceable. You know, we got all these attributes, but this right here, transitionable prop by type, is probably what we want. So ideally, for the fresh hours, I wouldn't have to really change that, but it's the transition hours that I would probably want to add to and or reset. That, or maybe it's the transition ratio. But something like this, right? Or maybe it's not either of these. Maybe there's a third thing. I think there's a third thing here that takes a snapshot of your time, like the time that it's been in the world, right? Because you have your fresh hours, right? And your transitionable hours, you would need that third variable to actually progress time before it could quote-unquote perish. And it's that hidden attribute that I would need to pull out of the iTree attributes, increase by whatever the potency of the spell is going to be, and then reapply, and then not only save it both client and server, but I would also need to force the block entity that's holding it, like that inventory, to refresh as well. That way you could see it on the ground, like, oh yeah, look at that, it went from like 2 days to 4 days for, you know, before it's not fresh anymore. So it's that hidden. I got to figure out how that kind of pushes everything forward. And this is different than what the blocks do. Block entity transitionable is something different. So to do this spell, it's basically 2 spells in one. I think. I could be wrong. I could also be right. Okay, get on with it. Yeah, crack the whip. I want another spell, Vice. 204 are not enough. We want more. All right, let's just take a quick look. We'll take a very quick look. Let's look at what? I guess let's look at this here. We don't have any like item stack. It's just fruit. It's a basic item, right? We got a bunch of hand transforms. Yeah. That's what I want to do. I'm thinking I want to look at... shoot. Instead of food, let me look at, like, item, maybe? I just want, like, baseline item. List, array. Not item type. It's gotta be vintage story related. Okay, let's look at item admin tool, right? And then items. So it should be somewhere in here or collectible object. Maybe it's collectible object, now that I'm looking at it. So unloaded, get lighting, here, okay, so nutrition. So already that's, get transitionable properties. Maybe that. It's gonna put it out into an array. Let's just keep going. Requires transitionable ticking. That's just a bool. We got some storage flags. All right, now we're getting to item color, durability, attack range, block breaking. Unmodified and inventory slot. That's interesting. Whenever collectible is modified while inside a slot, usually when move, split, or merge. Actually, that may be what I want to tap into for a spell to take effect. Unblock, broken with, get mining speed. These are all, like, held animations. This is crafting. Consume crafting ingredients, damaging the item. That's durability. Refill slot if empty. You know what? If there's, like, a merge slot, that would work, too. Because I think if you take 2 different types of berries, and one's, like, 3 days, one's 10 days, and you merge them, it takes, like, the average of those 2. Held start, unheld cancel. Oh my god, there's so much in here. Try eat begin. Nah, that's looking at nutritional properties. Then all the sounds for eating. Held item info. Held item info could actually tell me some good stuff. Maybe this is the gateway here. This is when you hover over, it tells you how many days it's fresh for, right? Durability, tool tier, mining speed, storage flags, slots, contents, empty when eaten, food category, we're getting closer. When ground turns into, yeah, whatever, when pulverized, attack power, attack range, kiln fire, burn temperature. Now we're getting into collectible behaviors. Temperature, mod. Didn't have anything. So rather changing the flow of time is that you're looking to add time back. I'm understanding correctly. Yeah, that would be it. I would want to add time, offsetting the timer in which it would expire. That's what I think anyways. Maybe. Append perishable info text. Okay. Transition state. Get and update transition states. What are you? Attributes, transition state. Created total hours. Here we go. If it doesn't have that, then we update. It's a double. Created total hours. It takes a timestamp, and then last updated total hours for that timestamp. Fresh hours, transition hours. Okay, so it's getting a new float from, I believe, this is the attributes, right? Yeah, because I think this is the stuff from attributes in the JSON. And then we're looking for length. All right, so let's go back up to here. I think we got it here. Fresh hours, transition hours, transitioned hours. I think it's the fresh hours. Or maybe this, I mean, this. Although the interesting part is if the attribute doesn't have created total hours, so it would already have to have created total hours. I don't think I can change this. Fresh hours, I think, is going to be like what's statically set in the JSON. If a strawberry expires in 2 days, I still want it to expire in 2 days. I just want to add time back to reset that 2-day mark. I still want it to be 2 days. Then your transition hours. Maybe this could be something too? I don't know. Let me look at the other spells. Super jump I'd like to do. Swim speed, that'd be nice. I don't think I could do either of these. I don't even know where to look. Temperance was going to be a buff that increased your maximum health. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that yet or not. With life tap, that could be a little overpowered. Maybe. I don't know. True spawn's going to be a nightmare. I'm going to have to do like a calculation to face your character in the direction of where your recall point is. Water walking, that's going to be a nightmare too, because water technically exists in like another realm, right? Like another sub grid of the world grid. Water walking, yeah. What do I have in work in progress here? I have a barrier spell. Breed, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do breed anymore. Root, shield, slow, spike shield, stealth. No. All right, let's open up preservation. What am I doing in preservation? What did I try to do in preservation? So it looks like I already started to look at like ground storable to get some information out of it. And then for some reason I did farmland. What the hell? Oh, this must have been a test bed for a couple spells. I don't need farmland in here. Yeah, we'll delete that. You know, actually I won't delete it yet because I am... Oh, you know what? I'm just sending a packet. Gone. Block proc. I think block entity ground storable, maybe. I'm gonna have to do quite a few different checks. First thing I think we need to do is make this a spell that I can even attempt to cast in the spellbook. So the question is, preservation. What tier should preservation unlock at? What tier? Let's pull up the spreadsheet of these spells. There we go. So we got our tier 1 spells. There are 19 tier 1 spells. We got tier 2, we got 47 of those. Tier 3 is 60, and tier 4 is 74. I don't know. I was thinking either tiers 2, 3, or 4. I would say 3 or 4 more. Because I'm thinking of how valuable it would be to be able to cast a spell that can... It would pretty much be able to indefinitely increase the amount of life as so long as you have the mana for it. Seems like kind of a really valuable, powerful spell. With something like that, you pretty much don't have to worry about, like, food much, right? Especially if you can get mana easily. I may be misunderstanding, but it looks to me that transition hours is fresh time, or what it is called, transition hours. So if that's the case, that may be your ticket. In sense of hours, variable, then you don't need to chance that you're going after a static value that is hard-coded into the JSON file. Well, as soon as you create the item, it will read it from the JSON. See, the thing is, like, I don't care what the JSON has in it, because that's not going to dictate how spoiled something is, right? So ideally, I want to look at the JSON files to see what not to change. So like the fresh hours, like a strawberry or raspberry or whatever you pick should have its 2-day period before it starts to expire. I want to just reset the timer that is assigned to that item, not through JSON, right? Like, I want to reset that timer. Oh, don't worry about it. Trust me, it doesn't get annoying. I live stream this stuff to get feedback. It's a lot easier getting feedback now than it is putting in a spell and then having it release, and then I want to work on something else, and then I get 10 people coming to me saying, Vice, the spell would work better if... And then they give me good information, like... And then I gotta go back and redo everything. I return. Hey, Fritz. Fritz. The spell Preservation. What tier should it be? Preservation. You cast a spell on a storage vessel, and all the food that you have in there becomes fresh again. Like, it's fresh for another 2, 3, 5 days, whatever I make it. Maybe it just resets to its most freshest state. All the items that are in there. What tier? Don't say 1. If you say 2, I may veto it as well. So really, I feel like you got tier 3 or 4. My God, you thanks for explaining. I feel you with the live feedback. I found that feedback I've gotten from dev streams has always been much more helpful. Yeah. I get some good feedback. I mean, that's where this Bind Affinity spell came in. Someone's like, hey, can you make it to where you could set your recall point with a spell? And I'm like, sure. Yeah, I could do that. I didn't even think of doing that, but I can do that. Tier 3? All right, so we're going up to 61 spells for tier 3 then? Although it is quite... Yeah, that was my thought too. Like, that's kind of a power... Especially if I make it to where it just resets it to its most freshest state. It's a really powerful spell. You know what? Why don't we give that tier 4? Let's give it tier 4. That would be like the pinnacle of the Archmage, right? Like, time is an illusion to them. They can set the clock back on a couple of things. Fuck it. Preservation's going into tier 4. It's done. Dunzo. I guess I'll put it right after Fly. Okay, so I guess it should be enchantment, right? Because, I mean, Conjuration doesn't make sense for Magic School. I don't know, does it make sense? I guess Alteration would be... I mean, I guess even Alteration could work, because Alteration's like augmenting and healing, you know? So technically you would be like healing the food, but you're not really healing, you're just setting back time to make it fresh again. So, I don't know. I mean, it could be Alteration, it could be Enchantment. I think I want more Conjuration spells, but this doesn't feel like Conjuration. I don't know, maybe you could also argue it could be a Conjuration spell. If I got a piece of meat, I'm just summoning good parts and the rotten parts, right? To make a fresh piece of meat. So it depends on how I want to do this. What tier spell should this be? Are you using the D&D definitions of the schools? I am not. I kind of came up with... I didn't want a lot of them, so I stuck with 4. Right? Invocation's going to be like your attack spells for the most part. Alteration is going to be like your healing / buffing, right? Your body augmentation, as it refers to your stats. And then you have Enchantment, which is going to be like your Fly, your Polymorph, some buffs that like increase your resistance to things, right? So it's not like a physical stat attribute. It's more like, hey, now you have Safe Fall or whatever it is. And then Conjuration's like summoning the fire, right? And then duplicating and summoning your portal, the Surface Ascent, things like that. So those are my 4 schools of magic. Preservation is definitely not an invocation spell. We know that. We know at least that much. So let me copy Preservation. Let me at least throw it into tier 4. We're gonna make this spell live. We're gonna add it. Worst case scenario, I don't figure it out right away, and then I just mark it as work in progress so people know that, you know, they can't use the spell, like it's not fully in. But at least it will be registered so I can work on it. Work. Interesting how unused already contains a definition. So let's do spells research tier 4. Let's make this a tier 4 spell. So what school of magic? I had enchantment before. I mean, preservation, right? It should not be conjuration. We could probably mark off conjuration. Because people could argue, right? Like, I had a stack of 20 pieces of raw chicken meat in this storage vessel. I didn't gain 21 or 22 or anything. It just became fresh again. So, conjuration's out. You know what? Enchantment. Let's make it enchantment. Done. These are the hardest part of this spell. This is my old way of doing things too, so let me We get rid of some of these old spells. Let's pull back up Polymorph. This is the new information. I had Polymorph as alteration? Should be enchantment. Polymorph should be enchantment. Let's change that. There we go. Yeah, because I had it as enchantment. I'm getting really thirsty. I keep looking down, I'm like, my water's gone. Oh no. Alright, let's copy this. Paste. So this is reservation. Preservation. That is correct. Let me make sure that I'm spelling this right. I have a feeling I could be spelling it wrong. I think it's right. Yeah, it's right. Would not be the first time that I misspelled something and then put it all through my code and then had to touch like 20 other places to like fix it all. Wouldn't be the first. Alright, copy. Let's get rid of all of this. Paste, 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 and paste. I think I need to add range as well. We should add a range stat. Because I think I'll give you, like, within 10 blocks you could cast the spell, so it will double your default. I think your default's 5. That's selectable. So I'll make that 10. For stats, for now, I'll just keep it at 1.0. Duration is going to be 0. Cast time. Copy, paste. Preservation, so for all of this, I'll put in 150 to start with. And then 18, I guess that's fine. Because it's in line with everything else. What is this? Duration? Duration's going to be zeroed out. And we will put the classic 1.0 in there. Let's copy this and paste it in, right? Because it's not a complete spell yet. I can see the case for alteration since you are altering the nature of the item being restored, since, in a way, you're not making new pieces as much as you're restoring it back to its original state. I can also see a case for enchantment since you are, in a linguistic sense, setting aside the unrotten food from the rotted food, since enchanting is a form of incantation, which does involve separating one thing from another, right? So it could fall in either one. Honestly, I was looking and I'm like, well, I have a lot of different kinds of alteration. And then I'm looking at enchantment and I'm like, really? Like, a lot of these, this chunk is all just like resisting an element. Right? So I do have less types of enchantment, so I threw it into enchantment. That's a disclaimer. That's how I do it sometimes. So crazy. Okay, so I created some constants here. Let's go back into the spell. Get rid of bind affinity. There we go. Preservation. So I want to make sure that these are all preservation. I'm going to delete that. This would also be preservation because we want stats. I also want to pass in this dot range equals RMR references preservation. I'm going to save this. I'm not going to touch anything in here yet. Now, to make this a spell that has its own grimoire and everything, well, preservation fits even better since it is resisting rotting. Yeah, right? Perfect! Wonderful! Alright, I'm gonna have to add this to a couple of things. We're gonna start off with the enum that I made for all my spells. Let's go into enums, spells, spell names. This is a tier 4 spell. This is going to be right before fly. You already have it in here, huh? I do, right there at the bottom. Boom, cut it out. Paste. Oh, I already had this. Use on placed crockpots or storage vessels. Adds time to food perishable timers. Good enough for now. So we're going to copy preservation there. I need to scroll up to the top here. Under world properties spell types, let's find the fly spell. Copy, paste, cut, paste. There it is. We got preservation in there. We're going to have to open up 3 other items, right? We're going to need the spell cipher. Copy, paste. This is going to be... And I'm doing copying and pasting here. I know myself. I'm going to fat finger things. Just like that. I almost just did it. Almost. Right, so the spell cipher needs this. The grimoire is going to need an entry for it as well. I'm going to go through this kind of fast. And then I need the spell scroll, because I want mages to be able to duplicate this spell into a spell scroll and then trade it to maybe non-magic users or other mages. Part of that whole role-playing aspect. Copy. Paste. Alright, so we got those. I need to create a texture file for this icon. So if we go under items, spells, I'm going to just copy agility. Not what I wanted to do. Don't save. So we are going to rename that copy of agility. I gotta stop the game for what I'm about to do. It's gonna have to be called preservation. Now I can open up preservation. And let's take a look at some of the icons that I have that we can pull from here. What feels like a preservation? Oh! I had an icon already. Let's see if there's something better. I don't think there's going to be anything better. Freaking thing. I'm going to copy that. We're going to open it up here. All right, let's fix the side here. Copy that. Oh wow, this actually worked out all the same color. Kind of does the job. Now we're going to do image resize. We're going to decrease it by 50%. Yeah. 50%, and now we're going to resize it again. Back up to 56. I want that pixely kind of look. We're going to delete that. Paste. What's that look like? Looks alright. Could be better. Could be worse. Yeah, that's pretty... You know what? That's pretty good. Win. I consider this a win. Maybe. Here, hold on. Let me... There we go. That's a win right there. That looks pretty damn good. Boop. So that is going to be the preservation spell icon. Don't save. Boop. We need to register this spell now, so it comes up in the global spell dictionary. So let's hop into tier 4. We're going to find the fly spell. We're going to add a new entry for preservation. Preservation. Let's add some localization to this as well. Here we go. Spell description. Let's go down to fly. Let's create a key for preservation. It'll go back into spell names. I'm just going to put this in for now. I'm going to have to, like, shorten it another time when my brain is more functional. I'm going to have to do a couple other things, right? So let's do a copy and paste. So instead of fly, this will also be preservation, right? Because you're going to have the grimoire synthesis for the spell preservation. We will also have the grimoire itself. Go. And then we have the spell scroll. Which is right there. And then we got the spell description, which I just added. We also have, so this would be flavor text for the spell. I don't think I'm going to put any flavor text in. Okay, so that should be that. Let's rebuild it. And start the game. So we should have a new grimoire and a new spell scroll for preservation. I should be able to equip the spell and then cast it. It won't do anything besides give me a couple print statements, but everything else should be done. It should consume the mana. It should have the appropriate cast time. Let me look at ciphers. Let me make sure I've been doing everything with my ciphers. Prism of duplication. There's the binding. So we got bind affinity. Yep. And there it is. Preservation. So that is correct. Let's go under these spells. It should be at the end. Yep, we have the preservation spell, 10 block range, stat bonus 100%, which was 1.0. Cast time of 8 seconds, which it should be 16 seconds, but I have 50% haste right now. Mana cost of 150, which would reduce down to 75 when you have full mage gear, and your maximum, potential maximum, would be 500 mana. So that becomes much more manageable to cast quite a bit. I was gonna say, did this just change? I don't think so. I can get rid of my spreadsheet. So let's socket this book. Right, it is indeed a grimoire. You know what I just realized? You hold the grimoires in first person, kind of weird. But I don't know, I guess I don't care enough to really fix that right now. I guess it doesn't bother me that much. Alright, let's get rid of Bind Affinity. Alright, let's pull out a bookcase. Or bookshelf. There we go. This works. Best decision ever, making your spells actual items you can place in, like, bookshelves. I had 2 of that spell. Ha! Perfect. So I see it right here. It's got the purple outline. Preservation. Used on placed crocs or storage vessels. Adds time to food perishable timers. I'm probably going to reword that once I know what it does for realsies. So instead of 8 seconds... Oh, it actually reduced it to 4 seconds once I socketed it. What were the constants for this again? Is that correct or is that not correct? That is indeed correct. Damn it. I hate when your code does exactly what you expect it to do because you set those. All right, where's that stupid spreadsheet again? Rustbound magic spells. There we go. So what were the actual attributes? 150, 18, and then 1. All right, all right. 150, 18, and 1 with a range of 10. Good. Done. The game's going to be unhappy with me because I just changed a constant while it was running. And it is no longer constant. So let's save and leave the world. We'll quit. I'll let the game forgive me. There we go. We will rebuild and hop back in. Man, this is so much better than doing Minecraft. Forge taking forever every time you want it to, like, do a restart. 5 minutes of Forge mod loader incoming. It's me right in the feels. I really wonder how Neo Forged is going, like, because, I mean, most of the people ditching Forge because of Lex. Wonder what's the winner. We still got preservation. Oh, to make this work, because I changed a global setting, I just have to reseed it. Whoops, there we go. There we go. So half of 18 is 9. I would expect that. Block range of 10. So preservation. Let me pull out a storage vessel. We'll just use a plain Jane generic one. Oh, that's going to be a problem. You can't look at one of these when you cast a spell because it's technically in inventory. You got to look away. I remember that was the other part of this. Hey, it actually did cast. That right there is that. So, hooray! That's why I code for Fabric. Now a good chunk of Fabric mods can work on Forge. Yeah, that's cool. I always stuck with, like, the Forge. Just because I thought for, like, because I had an airship mod. It seemed like it was just the better option to have my mod, go through it. Although, honestly, I hated Forge. Because, like, every update, it was like a bunch of super nerd sweaty dudes kind of sitting around and being like, how can we fuck things up, right? Like, how can I make this code so crazy that no one but the select few of us who know Java inside and out, like, sure, the game's not changing the registry, but we're going to change. Now it's going to be a factory, and it's going to go through all this stuff, and you got to register it a new way, and I hated that. I hated that. take like a month every time like a new update of Minecraft would come out, because it's like, great, the more complex my mod is, the longer it takes to like fix everything. Oh great, sounds register completely differently, and every time you go and try and ask for help, they're like, oh, learn Java. It's like, kiss my ass. Learn Java. Stop changing things, right? Like, I just fixed this mod. Neoforge seems to be making steady progress. I'm excited to see the level of collaboration that's happening there. As someone who's been pushing for more coordination, yeah. Oh wait, I just realized you made the ViesCraft machines. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yep, this update cycle has been absolute hell. Cannot imagine being a Forge dev right now. Yeah. Alright, one thing we gotta do is we have to pass the distance. So if you look here, like, I can't target this. If I cast the spell, I should be able to target it. So we need to extend the extra pick range a little further. We're gonna have to do that in 2 places. The first place is going to be, and these are both items. You know, that's kind of the reason why I went to Vintage Story. I'm like, this already feels like a modded version of Minecraft. Like, I actually went back to... I saw someone... I didn't go back myself. I saw someone fire up Minecraft because they wanted to show me a magic mod in it. And I looked at it and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with this world? Like, I'm looking at a mountainside and I'm like, what the hell is that block? Like, it's all over the place. It looks gross. And I'm like, oh, those are trees and those are leaves, because I'm used to seeing, like, swaying now and, like, you know, all this stuff. I'm like, ugh. I feel spoiled. And overall, each update in this game, like, I may have my bouts of complaining, you know, because little annoyances, right? But overall, it's actually really smooth with updating. This previous update, I don't know, there were some parts that were kind of annoying in it, I will admit. But I mean, consider, you know, the difference between like what Forge would do to you. I mean, I got a, you know, I lucked out. I was trying to think of something non-vulgar, because I'm tired and just things are kind of coming out of my mouth. All these thoughts. Alright, so this right here, I just have to add the range to these spells. There's probably a better way to do this. I could probably loop through all of these spells and then see if it does have a range modifier, and then just pop that range modifier in. And then I could do a hard reset after that. At the same time, no. Because I already have everything in. There we go. Spell name preservation. So now if I fireball this in, see, now I can pick that when I'm casting my spell. I should be able to, I can hit it from here. I don't blame you one bit. I'm actually working on learning C# via VS. And it was your videos that gave me the final push to actually suck it up and do it. Yeah! We got another modder! We got him! Yeah, I gotta find more time to do. Unfortunately, my time has been... It's been slim for things. And when I first made my first modding tutorial video, like, maybe like a couple people were like, oh, thanks, right? But then I didn't hear like anything else, and I'm like, it took me a while to make that video. So I'm like, I have a second video where it was like how to add a class to like an item, and I was going to go through and make a custom item. And actually, I was going to go through making a brazier. So you could put firewood in it. It would have been a block entity. It teaches you like inventory, you know, how to add an inventory and everything. But I don't know. I want to have fun. And that wasn't fun. Did you see the Discord post on asking modders? what they want to see in updated documentation. I did see it, and then I laughed. Because, how about everything? How about you go through the wiki, and if you see in there last updated, and it's not 1.19 or 1.20, why don't you put more information in there? How about that? So yeah, I did see that, RC. I did see that. And that was my response. How about this? How about this? I'll show you something here. We'll see if it's still the case. I won't say anything just in case I'm wrong. Let's go to the Vintage Story Wiki here, and I'm gonna go to two different kinds. So that's the VTML, and I'm just gonna go to like, we'll go to like the regular wiki, right, from the home page here, right? And we will go to like set up your mod environment. We'll click on a random one. So I can scroll down to the bottom here. Actually, this probably isn't a good example of it. Hold on, let's find maybe block class. Which one? Is it getting started? There's one of these where I was looking at. Oh, here we go. Last verified for 1.19. Good, good. Actually, it looks like they may have fixed the weird issues. I think they may have actually fixed it. There was something at the bottom here where it didn't have all the information. It was actually like completely different pages. So I think they fixed it. Good job on them. All right. I'm looking at this here. Looks like someone's actually going through the wiki. That makes me happy. But this whole like bottom part, like navigating, they had updated information, and then they had like an old style, like with old dead links in it, so you couldn't like navigate this way. You had to like back out and then click on the new path instead of just like going to what made sense. So it looks like they're giving the wiki some love. Oh, see, it would be nice to have something there, but okay. See, that one you have to back out of. But you know what I mean? Like, terrain's not in there. NPCs, yeah, they're not in there. Right, okay, so those are red, yeah. At least it's saying like it's under construction. So yeah, how about just have a good wiki, right? Like I shouldn't have to tell you that, you know, the turd everyone's stepping in stinks, right? Like, how about it's like you get it where you think it's 100%, and then let us tell you what to put in there. They were looking to hire someone to do that. I don't see the job listing now, so I guess that person's finally started. Yeah, I guess so. Good. That's definitely nice. Honestly, I think they should, you know, there's a handful of things that people should probably know. I know I've helped a lot of people get started in modding. You know, they'll have an idea. I love the fact that sometimes like people are like, oh, I got an easy idea. And then it's like, as they're saying it, it's like you realize you have to like intercept like player death and make all this. Like, this is not an easy idea. An easy idea is making an item called magic cheese and a block that may be a wheel of magic cheese. And maybe if you want to go crazy with it and learn something more, be able to eat it. You know, like those are easy, not like, well, I want it to be a chaos type mod where it's like a death roulette. So when you die, you get random buffs. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. How are you going to put a buff system on? Do you even know what you would want to modify? Do you know what bounds to play in? Like, that's a very complex mod, sir. You know, it's a very complex mod. This isn't easy at all. All right, so let's work on this. I placed this down. Let's get some food. See if we can figure something out. Berries! There we go. They're fast breathers. Stack is 64. I'm going to divide it up. Fresh for 3 days, right? Still fresh for 3 days. Turns into 10 cranberry juice. Oh, that's right, because it's in here, so the perishable rate's a little lower. Fresh for 2 days. All right. So some time has passed. A couple days have passed. So let's cast the spell on this and see what information I can get currently. You know what? I didn't have to cast the spell. I can tell you what information I'm going to get. I'm going to get a print statement that says 1 dash dash dash. Yep, there it is. That's all the information right there. I teach Minecraft modding, and the amount of times that I've had someone present their plans, I've had to ask the same questions of them. And then their eyes glaze over. Yeah, it's like, Like, the biggest thing I tell people is, like, make a text document of the mod. Right? Like, I mean, a couple people have come to me and they're like, I want to make a magic mod like Thaumcraft. And it's like, do you know how Thaumcraft works? Well, I've played it before. Well, you've played it before, but do you know how those systems work? So how are you going to make that scanner? What's involved in making this scanner? It's got to be an item, right? You got to have a heads-up display that you somehow attach to it. That's going to be unique to your character. You're going to have a way to, like, attach attributes, right? If you scan something, you got to keep track of the fact that you scanned that item already, that specific type of block. So where are you storing that data? Because I can tell you this much, it's kind of primitive. You could try to store it on the item, but items are pretty primitive. You don't have a lot of leeway there. You know, but you could store those kind of things on the player, and then how do you do that? You're going to have to create probably an entity behavior or something, you know, and it's like, so that one item from the whole mod you want to make by yourself is going to require you to pretty much make, like, flesh out, like, 60-65% of your systems. So if you plan it right, then you can get a scope that makes sense. That way you don't burn yourself out. Because I would love for someone to make a Thaumcraft mod. I would love it. I'd love some blood magic. Give me some Twilight Forest. That's what I want in this mod. Like, if someone can figure out how to add multiple dimensions, right? As in, like, Minecraft type dimensions to this game, I would love them forever. We'd be best friends. I would make a familiar pet just for that person in my mod. I'd totally do it. One of the requirements is for the course is they need to present a write-up of the mod and break down the mod into the most detailed manner possible. Yeah, exactly. Like, how is this stuff going to work? I mean, you gotta, you know, and, like, I mean, packets are going to be involved in some of this stuff. You're going to have to mark some things dirty depending on what it is. You know, like, there's, like, so many things that you're going to have to do. Like, a simple mod to me is, like, an item, a block, maybe a block entity if you're crazy. But those are simple mods, right? Yeah. Yeah, and suddenly realize how complicated a simple mod can be, yeah. I also get those people where they're like, well, I have a great idea for a mod that I want you to make, and I'm like, I don't even reject those people right off the bat. I'm like, sure, all right, what is it? What do you think is a great mod that I'll be able to do in, like, no time at all, quote unquote? Really? Oh, make a submarine, you say? Okay. Oh, not only a submarine, but it's got to be like a TARDIS to where it's big around the inside so you can live in this submarine in the ocean and then pop out whenever you want and then start moving around. Oh, yeah. Here, hold on. Let me stand up and bend over really far so you can pull that out. I'm going to need help with that one. Yeah. Well, this should be great. I could donate $2 to you if you could make that mod for me, right? It's like, ah, man, I'm cool. How about you make the mod since it's so easy? Oh man. All right, let's start piping some information in here. I don't know how much later I'm gonna stay up. I do have to wake up for work in the morning, and I'm actually gonna have to drive into the office and then be alert. Definitely be alert. Although the day tomorrow's not gonna be as bad. So let's do ViesCraft. I believe I can do inventory. I think it's this inventory is what I want. I'm gonna statically kind of go into this thing with a simple bool. Is there something in the first item slot or not? Right, something super simple. Is this a croc? Do I see something in the inventory? Maybe I should make this spell, like, cheaper. 150 mana. I was gonna say, no, I didn't see anything. I have to scroll down. Nope, I still didn't see anything. Okay, so entity ground storable. Oh, you know what? This is not ground storable. This is going to be a storage vessel is a specific type of block entity container. Okay, let's go into the base game. We got to figure it out. We got block types. Would it be stone? Storage vessel is what we're looking for. I don't think, you know what? I don't think it's stone per se. I think it is a ceramic, right? Or it's not clay. Oh shit, it is. There we go. This is what I'm looking for. Generic typed container. Oh goodness, don't get me started on people's unwillingness to contribute financially to projects that they commission. Yeah, right? Yeah, everyone coming up like, my idea is the best idea ever. It's gonna blow the mind of every single man, woman, and child who hear it. You should feel blessed, for you will be the first one. If you make this for me, you will be on the ground level. Again, spoiler alert, everyone has opinions, and there's a lot better a lot better ideas out there. Oh. Blow me away. Allow it. Blow me away. Yeah. If you play your cards right. So this is not what it's called. This is something that I wish this game would fix. So you'll have these like generic typed container, right? So generic type container. That's not what we are looking for. That is the string name that this thing is registered under. What we really need to do is take this, because there are two types of containers. I just got to find the right type. So I believe it's going to be maybe this. Or maybe I could just do block entity openable container. You know, maybe I could just do block entity container. Because I don't have to do anything specific. I just need to be able to access the inventory. All right, and now I'm going to, whoops, not do that. Let's put in if statement. I want to make sure that it does not equal null, that there actually is something there. I'm going to copy this. Paste. So is there something in inventory slot 1? I gotta reduce the cast time of this spell. There's some things I gotta do. This is brutal. Oh, actually, it did get in here, so... What did it not see? Oh, it sees... oh, because I have BE croc instead of BE container. Copy pasta. Continue. There we go. Alright. It was set to false. Which means that it is not empty. So there it sees an item in slot 1, which would be pretty accurate since we got cranberries in there. Now let's take it a step further. Let me do something. I need to do a safety check, right? Oh my god, what is this doing? What am I trying to do? I should say if BE container empty, right? So if it's not empty, now let's take it another step further, right? So I'm saying that there's an item in there, and let's look at the item stack dot... I'm gonna jump some steps here. Let's look at... Maybe it's item dot attributes. I think that's what I want. Dot has... No. I don't think that's it. Hold on. Let's go back to item stack. Dot... I think it's this. Attributes. Dot has attribute. Maybe I should have included in one sentence Automod stepping in and saying, "Hold on, sir, and or madam. You must be this tall to ride." Oh no, did I get rid of... Hold on, let's back up a little bit. There we go. So let's see if it has created total hours. Let's also copy this. And I also want to check to see if it has transition hours. Transition hours should be a slam dunk. So I'll do 2A and 2B. Give it a try. This is killing me not having water here. And you know the worst part is, I have a can of soda right here just staring at me. You're thirsty, right? You want to quench your thirst? So it's saying false for both of these right now. Let's put something else in here. I will say this is AA, whatever. Let's look at the length of the attributes. Or count. Let's look at the count and see how many attributes it has here. If it says 0, I know I'm in the wrong place. We should have a minimum of 3. Potentially 4. 1. It has a attribute. Alright, so what if I go through item stack dot item custom attribute sets always associated with this. See, I don't want to do that. I want to get this through item stack. Maybe it's temp attributes. Temporary attributes assigned to this particular item stack, not synchronized, not saved, modifiable. Let's do that and then count. And just because I'm curious, I'll just do a 1, 2, 3, and a 4. I also want to see, instead of count, I kind of want to see what the next thing. So I could say attributes 0 dot to string. Is that how I can pull this out? I don't think I can pull it out that way. I would have to do attributes dot try I think it would be a float, right? Key, right? Can I get... No, I can't get the keys from here. Attributes dot... What are our options? Clone, count from bytes, get as... Has attributes, so that's getting a string key. Merge key, remove attributes. This would be setting, sort, to JSON, to string. All right, values. Here we go, values. And I want the value in position 0, because there is 1 there, so this should not be really mad at me. I just want to see what it thinks it is. Didn't give me shit. This apparently is 0, so it's nothing to do with temporary attributes. You know what? Let's look at... Gotta think how I would want to look at this. I'm looking at it from the item slot perspective. Attributes assigned, and then, all right, so let's look at item dot. Let me see what kind of things I have under item. Because I got attributes, but these are custom attributes. That's always associated with this item. I mean, who knows? Maybe it is attributes, dot count. Or this would, okay, this would not be count, this would be length then, right? ToString clone exists. Wow. Is array equals, I don't know, fuck it. ToString. Tell me what you think that is. So since this is nothing, we're actually just pulled up tree attributes dot get value. Let me try that. See what it returns. Oh, why did I just reload the world? You know why? I'm tired. That's muscle memory right there. Bad hand. What time is it? Oh, Lord. Yeah, it's getting late. I think I'm definitely gonna have to... You know, the funny part is, like, when I'm this tired, I'll go to bed, and then literally within, like, 5 minutes, I'll figure out something. Here. Oh, what is all of this? I really dislike when these windows merge. View, output, thank you. So if we look here, we got food tags. I can hop into nutritional properties. We got pie, we got juiceable properties. So these are not the right properties. that I want. Close, but not close at the same time. You know, it's interesting. This right here, toString. So that's these attributes. And then this right here, it's tree attributes, but I'm not able to pull out what the entry is here. And I bet if I do toString here, it would not pull anything else either. I'll probably still get the tree attributes here. Let me fireball this in. Let's give it a try. Come over here. So same thing. Yeah, and then it's still saying tree attributes. So I suppose what I can do is I can try and... I'm going to have to do something more here, I believe. I'm going to have to say... You know, I'm doing the same thing in the fertilize spell. So let's just do a copy and paste there. This is what I want to do. Go back to preservation. In here, I'm going to create a variable for attributes, and then I'm going to take the BE container, and then I'm going to push all of the attributes into this new variable. Now what I'm going to say is... I'll do a copy and paste. I will actually select all of these and comment them out, so I can keep track of what I have looked at. So in this new one, I want to see attributes.count. How many attributes do I see hidden in this? In the item stack attributes. I probably should see durability, I would think. Like a current durability. Oh, man. We got 8 embedded in there. That's probably what we want. Right there. Let's do, values, right? Returns all values inside this tree. Let's try it. Whoops. Got berries for days. Dumb. You know what? Let's do a loop here. Let's do a for each. So actually, we should do a for each for all of the items in the inventory. And then in here, I will do another for each. And I will say this one's going to be var attribute in you know, actually I don't want to do a for each. I will just do a simple for I'll do I equals 0. I'll say I is less than or equal to I'll do attributes dot count and then we'll increase it. Then I will pipe out all of those values .toString. So this will go through every item in my inventory, and then I should be able to see just a list of the values. I may need to look at keys. Keys would be better, but I just want to see what values will give. It should give me things like floats, longs maybe, if it's going to be the world time elapse in seconds. Or it's going to crash in my face because, oh, index was outside the bounds, right? Let's take a look here. Technically it was. So we got an XYZ. We got the storage vessel dash burned, another storage vessel dash burned, normal 0. This is not giving me information that I would think it would. It gave me a position, and then it gave me 2 of the same string names, and then another data structure for iTree attributes, and then normal is a subdivision of this, and then a 0. What is it trying to do? I don't trust it. It's probably trying to do exactly what I told it to. Oh, less than. Why'd I do less than or equal to? You know what? Let's just stop. Let's just stop right there. No, thank you. Scroll up, rebuild. Oh, I did this wrong as well. This is what I want to do. I don't want to do anything with this. This should actually be in here. I would want to loop through the inventory to check everything to see what isn't empty, and then if something isn't empty, then I want to pull out those attributes. That would make more sense. I got a tiny little couple drops, enough to wet the tongue. Old Vice needs some water. Well, it didn't crash. See if it gave me anything useful. Let's get rid of that. Where is... Let me guess, my window went away again. Yep. There it is. Okay, so this time it gave me the same kind of information. So those are keys, right? So, or values. What if I do dot keys and then go through? I want to see what it thinks all that stuff is. It's technically one of those things. The tree attribute, I would be interested to see, burrowing deeper, what is in that exactly. It's like peeling an onion. Ironic how this spell is going to make onions fresher when done. So we got XYZ, block code, inventory, for block code, type, and then mesh angle. So mesh angle, type, for block code. Oh, so that data structure is the inventory. Weird, huh? Oh, it's doing exactly what I want it to do. Because I'm pulling the tree attributes out of block container. So it is correct. It is indeed correct. I'm going to preserve this because I may actually want it later. So let's try to do this then. This is what I want to pursue. Can't believe I did that. So item stack dot attributes dot can't see. Okay, I can't pull this out the way I was thinking. I both love and hate those realizations of, yup, it's user error and I'm the user, right? Oh man, yeah. Here I am like, I'll just parse it out. So all of this would have worked if this stuff was in the block entity itself. That doesn't help. So we're back to it here. I'm just gonna comment all this out. I'm just gonna comment it all out. We're starting fresh. We're starting fresh. This. You know, instead of attributes, like, give me the keys. I think I care about the keys more than the values in this. Weird. Get attribute ID. Get value. Fuck it, let's try this. Apparently it doesn't want that. Attributes, get value. Whoops. These berries are gonna expire by the time we even see, like, what the berries information is. I had a feeling this was going to be annoying to do. That's why I kept putting it off. Yeah, see, 2 is trying to come out here. Which, ideally, you would think I could do something similar to this. Let's say, like, attributes equals potentially... maybe not. See, I would have to put a cast on it. Oh, this is tree attributes, not iTree attributes. So this is iTree attributes. I don't think I can do this the way I want. Item stack iTree attribute. I think I'm gonna have to think on this. Having it be a cast isn't something. And even then, like, I'm just turning into a variable right now, right? So this doesn't even matter. Because I'm just kind of stuck with this, right? Sort copy, set, bool, clone, count for each loop. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about this a little bit. How's the game pulling it out? Let's just take another quick peek. New float away attribute. So this is taking... This is a bad example though, right? So attribute set double. And what is this? So we create an iTree attribute for transition state. Fuck, is this it? Is this it? Can I just use that? So instead of item stack, right, we're gonna have to put in this particular item stack. Like that. Now I should be able to go into like ATTR dot count. All right, so let's get the attribute count. Let me copy this, comment that out, paste it in, cut, paste. I should see something in here. See if this is even worth pursuing. I think it is. I think we're finally on the right track. Feels good. It feels okay. It feels like it's getting a passing score right now. Hey, we got 5 different things being stored in there. Let's see what they are. Get value. Attribute and position 0. Oh, actually, no, I can't do it like that, right? I can't do it like that. I need to... I think that's going to take a string, and I think I need to have, like, a specific key. Because I'm already in the transition state. Right? Am I doing this right? Yeah, attribute, then set double. So I would, you know, let's look to see what we have available before I start going crazy. We got count. Values dot... get value. I will put this... we'll go back into here. Uncomment all of that out. I will say attr.count. All right, and we're going to loop through this. I'll say I plus... That way I get the position as well. There we go. So that should give me a nice little list. Honestly, if I see... I'm gonna say if I see something that's like a long, I'll probably see a couple values like that. One, two, three, and 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So all 5 values are the freaking same. All of them are the same. To like a T. Crap. This is crap. Oh, no wonder why they're the same. I forgot to put I in here. Oh man. Alright, I'm getting too tired. I'm making stupid, simple mistakes like that now. That's better. That is better. So I assume these 3 are from are the values that I'm getting from the JSON file. And then this one and this one. So this must be the created, and then this must be the time lapse. Now, what happens if... Let me see, because we're getting close now. So it's not going to be get value. Would it be get attribute? Well, that's going to take in a string. I want to get the list of strings. You know what? Let me put in a bool with this. Ideally, I think it would be created hours. I think that is what I would want to reset. So do you have created hours? Simple yes or no. I feel like I'm on a Ouija board right now, right? And I'm asking the game, right? I'm asking whatever's out there. Do you have this attribute? True. All of that is true. Now, let's see what side I'm pulling this from. Let's do Alright, I do have instead of by player, let's just make it player. Make the world easier. Alright, let's put in player dot world dot side plus. I will type that in there. We'll do another plus. There we go. Because if it's client side, I'm gonna have to send a packet so the server gets the information. If it's server side, I just have to mark dirty with whatever I want to change. Client. It's client side only. Damn it, of course it would require me to make a packet. Why would I think it would be anything other than... Oh, it's because I'm actually in block select. That is client side. Honestly, so much of this kind of programming does feel like mucking around with a Ouija board, right? Love it. Love it, right? Are you dead? Yes or no? Do you have the attribute created total hours? Oh man, I want to make a quick packet, I think. Because I think I need to send this information as a packet. And then just kind of probe things there from that side. Let's make a quick packet. Let's just do a quick. I'm not saying like I've been saying, but now really it's not much longer. I'll make the packet. We'll send some information, see what it is. Let's go into proto contract. That's the first thing we're gonna have to make. I'm just gonna copy and paste one of the previous ones. This one's gonna be called. Do I have anything that's spell specific already? Yeah, spell transmutation, block change. So that's the format that I'm using with the naming. So I can say spell preservation item change. Probably what I'm going to want. I'm also going to want... I'm going to want to send a couple of things. The first, I believe it's going to be a double. Yeah, because created total hours is in the form of a double. So let's do double, input double, and I'll say time for that. And then I will get the X, Y, and Z position, right? That would be fine. Let's go under handler. We're gonna copy and paste. I'm gonna move this over here because I'm gonna have to copy and paste the specific name a couple of times. So we are going to create the packet and register it on both the client and the server in case I end up wanting to send information through the other avenue. So I'm going to copy that. Now it's going to be upset at first because I've yet to make the actual methods here. So we'll do that next. So I'll save that, and now we'll move this over. Now let's go under network messages. Let me scroll down to... You know what? Let's actually look at transmutation. On transmutation block change, we will copy this. It should get us partially there. Oh, let me get rid of some of these here. Whoops. People are going to have some print statements going on. Totally forgot to clean that up. Okay. Go back into the proto contract. I'm going to have to change it here, change this here, update this name, and then update that name. So our handler looks like it is now happy because the methods exist. Let me pop this out. Now we can just look at this, right? So change to block, get block asset. So I probably should put the mod ID in there. This isn't actually what I wanted. I want a block entity. This is what I wanted here. Scroll all the way down. Paste. So instead of block entity station here, I need to get the... It's not the ground storage, right? It was the... Am I too tired? Did I get rid of what I was just looking for? Yeah, this is a different way of doing it. I'm not going crazy, right? Like it's not in there. Was I putting this in another spell? No, I wasn't, right? Oh, wait, preservation. Oh, there are two kinds. That is the old unused. Let me get rid of that. It's this. This is the old unused version of it. Delete. This is the new Yeah, this is the new actual preservation spell. Whew. I thought I was going crazy. Like, are you kidding me with this? Are you serious? Alright, I want block container. I'm actually going to move this off to the side. There we go. Paste. Paste. This music's driving me up a wall, man. There we go. So I'll say BE container. And then I'm going to get the X, Y, and Z coordinates there. So I'm going to make sure that container does not equal null. In this case, I'm going to just go for like the final form. The next thing I'm going to want to do is a for each loop, and I'm going to have to do it through item instead of variable. This would be inventory. This would be item slot that I'm going to be going through. I'm going to say if item slot does not, or I should say item slot dot empty, right? So if it's not empty, then we can actually start kind of going into things. This is where I'm going to have to put the iTree attribute for item in here. Better yet, that is incorrect. Item is already going to be this item slot. So I should just be able to do item stack. I think. You know what? I'm not gonna fuck with it. I'm just gonna keep it var. Just gonna keep it var. We'll see if this is actually happy. Then what I'm gonna want to do is probably put another check in here. I'll say if, and this will be a safety check. I'll say if you have the attribute created hours, and then what I will say is attr dot set double. I'm probably gonna want to take a snapshot of so I'll have to do from player dot world, not world data. Actually, let's go through entity dot world dot time, or is it elapsed milliseconds, I think, is what I want there. I need to copy this and paste it in. So technically this spell should reset the freshness of all of the items within this block entity container that has freshness already in there. We'll see if it works. Watch the spell works. And now I just gotta work on particles and preservation's done. Kind of worried about this loop. I may have to put something in there. Oh, I forgot to add one more thing. So all the way down here, I have a helpers method here. And what this is going to do a copy, come down towards the bottom and paste. This is going to make it easier to send this packet. I need to come over here, copy the name, send packet. We are going to send this particular packet, proto contract. We're going to paste this in, so instead of mod string, I can delete these. I know I want double, and I will say time in. I'll get rid of that. And then X, Y, and Z is already there. Okay, now we need to go back into the spell here. And I'll say if it is a container, then we're going to do rm helpers dot. We're going to put in the method that we just did. I will pipe in the needed information, so it wants world in, so I could do player.world. The next thing it's going to want is the time in, which technically, you know what? Technically, I guess I could just say player.world.elapsed milliseconds. I may not have to do anything with that, though. I could just pull that out. If I want to set something specific, like I just want to add like a half day at a time, that's what I'm reserving that slot for. And then we have the X, Y, and Z, which will be this positional data broken out. So it would be this dot X dot Y dot Z. So this should send our packet. Alright, now I can come up top, build. I have a feeling this is going to screw up. So let's put in some loggers in here. Now this is going to be simple info, right? So I'm just going to have a bunch of dashes and I'll say 1. In here, I will say 2 plus item dot toString. And if it gets past there, I won't need anything else because I just assume it's all going to go to plan. Fireball that in. All right, let's see what this does. Hopefully it crashes. It'll blow up in my face. Man. This has been a good night. Definitely a good night. Ooh-wee, look at that. So we see fruit cranberry. True. The rest of it was empty, so it should have triggered on these 2. Let's see if it says 2 days still. It still says 2 days. If I take it out, yeah, it still says 2 days. So that may not be what I want. Or I'm not manipulating it the right way. Because I gotta understand how this game is doing that time transition to be successful at this. There we go. So the good news is that is correct. I'm going to leave this print statement in for now. I think it's pretty helpful. Created total hours. Set double. Created total hours. So maybe that's not it, huh? Let's try and manipulate some other stats here. Last updated total hours. I may need that as well, huh? Transition state. Kind of scroll up here. So fresh hours is not it. Transition hours, no. Transitioned. So that's the item stack, right? Although it is saying... I got too many windows open. So I'm getting this from World Calendar Total Hours. Interesting. So World Calendar Total Hours. Maybe that is what I need to do instead. I guess time elapse, it would be... It'd be, oh, 1 day now. Great. Yeah, it's still 1 day. They're about to expire. Let me make sure that I'm getting into here. Do you have this attribute? This will be 3. And I will copy and paste this I'm going to try and set this as well, just in case it also needs this. Because it is setting both of these at the same time, and then I'm getting these float values from the JSON. Hope everyone's having a good night. Still fresh for one day. It did get in there for these two, which is what I would have expected, and then everything else is nothing. Item slot survival, that's interesting. So now everything is set up. I just need to find out how this works. Last updated total hours. Interesting. So if it doesn't see it, it zeroes it out. So get transition multiplier. Hours passed. Oh, hours passed. Oh, hours passed. Let me take a look at that. So this equals now total hours minus the last updated total hours. Oh, that's what it meant. So how long has it been since it has been updated? I don't think that is what I want. What is now total? Oh, now total hours is just total hours. So it's taking the old timestamp, subtracting it, and that it's seeing how many hours have passed from there. And then I say transitioned hours K, and then we add the... Okay, so transitioned hours. Interesting. Let's try to go back to the packet. My god, I would love to be able to just move a window and not have Windows try to, like, place it for me. That'd be great. That'd be wonderful. Try and look for transitioned hours. Time's gonna be up on these berries. They're just gonna rot away. I won't be able to save them. Trying to open it up and it's like denied. I don't think it's transitioned hours. Call me old. Oh, it's because it's a float, not a double. Oh, float. Ah. Which means this probably should be 0.0 F. That's probably a better representation of it. So let's just shut down. I know, it's going to be upset. What was me? Maybe we'll get some time back for those berries. Those poor berries that are just rotting. People starving in the world of Vintage Story. I'm wasting berries. Valuable life-giving berries. Yeah, how much satiety you could get from eating, you know, the stack of 64 in there. Alright, so let's do it. Let's do it. Hope this works. Wah, wah. Okay, so transition total hours. Object reference not set to an instance of the object. Transitioned hours. So it's looking for something that is not 0. That's what it's specifically looking for. You know what I just realized? I probably want to copy this and then undo this up to this point and then just paste in the other thing. I think this is probably what I want to do. Because I'm pretty sure I'm not sure if I need to do attr dot if there's a mark dirty. Let's see a mark dirty dot. So maybe I won't have to mark dirty. But still, right? These are doubles, so I just need to pick the transitioned hours. Just to make sure I'm not missing anything, there is no transitioned hours. There's the stack, the item, regular transition hours, but not the past tense. I think this is what we want to do. Just got to figure out, so maybe I need to do it as a float array attribute instead of just the float like I did. Yeah, I didn't think I could do anything like that. What is it thinking with this transitioned hours? It is a float array. So it is a float array. I'm kind of wondering if I can just do something like, now I highly doubt I can do this. I think I have to find a way to set it. Maybe. Let's make this a 4. You get rid of that. Yeah, 'cause I don't think I can do that. I don't think I can do that. I really thought it would have been the last update. I really thought it would have been this. Right, because then that becomes this attribute, and then that equals hours past. Yeah, you're right. Okay, yeah. It's not gonna be that. It's not gonna be that. Oh boy. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure this out. I don't think I'm quite there yet. I was gonna say, it kind of looks like we're just kind of going through. Hey Zam, how's it going? You came pretty much right at the end, my friend. Right at the end. Now spoiling false. We're trying to get the preservation spell kind of working. Maybe a little bit. Transitioned hours, append 0. That is interesting. Append 0. I guess I could keep adding to the transition hours. Right, because there's this. What if I add like 24? We'll see what. I just want to see this do something. Can we just continue? Will you forgive me for my sins? Or you're just gonna air out? Is that it? Too much water under the bridge. I see, game. Doing well, just chilling. Yeah, me too. It's funny, I started the stream off as an accident, and I'm like, oh, well, since I hit go live, I'm like, alright, I'll just put something in. I'll live stream for a little bit. Of course, it turns out being quite a while. I gotta set up for the playtest. Alright, preservation. Can we save these berries? Well, it did not blow up. Oh, it did blow up in my face. So it's actually blowing up over here with game window. Can this stop, like, trying to help me? Obviously, if I keep these things unanchored, I don't want them to, like, be anchored together. So just stop. Watch update elapsed total seconds, right? So double total seconds. So it's not happy with this. Oh, it put it in as like 23 total seconds? What? Weird. First of all, I said 24, not 23 dot whatever. Said 24. Get your facts straight. That's obviously not what I want. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about this, I think. Although the funny thing is, like, this right here, this transitioned hours is an array. So new float drop SM length. And what is that exactly? Let's go a little further up. So that's the transitionable properties. Get transitional properties. So that only exists here. And what is this? Oh, okay, so it's just an array anyways. It looks kind of like when I'm pulling this information out, it's pulling even fresh hours. Like fresh hours is the is an attribute as a float array attribute, and I'm getting a value out. And then I'm cycling through those values. Now, what if I want to just... I mean, I just want to add time. So attributes equals attributes. Yeah, not sure. Definitely not sure how to do all of this. Oh, carryover freshness. Okay. Created total hours. So, okay, so this is where we were. Okay, this is where we were. And this is getting the transition state. Yeah, definitely weird. Since it's not one of these, I have no idea. Next float 1 or the world random. Oh, that's the multiplier for the random. All right, I think I'll have to sleep on this. It's not making sense to me right now, but I am pretty darn tired. I do know this is not what I want. And it does have, in attributes, it does have transitioned hours. Now, I guess what I could maybe do is do something... I mean, maybe something like this, where I pretty much copy something like this. And then for the value, I can say it equals 0f. Although this is an array, right? I hate clicking on random things. Okay, there it is, right? So value, yeah, that would be a float. It's actually a float array. Interesting. Oh yeah, it would be a float array. Maybe I could just do like a float. Something like that? I'll put in my own array in there for transitioned hours. I highly doubt this isn't gonna work. Who am I kidding? It's not gonna work. I know I'm scratching the bottom of the barrel right now. And I'm still very thirsty. Let's let that build. We'll start up the game. While it starts up, let's find someone to raid. Go to Twitch. Twitch.tv. Vintage Story. Who do we have streaming? Not sure if we have many people. We do not have many people. I'm sure there are important things I'm forgetting. New server, new world, and with I think we'll be picking someone at random. All right. Wait, can I open this? Yes. Here's my sad berries. I hear them weeping for what I'm about to do to them. There's no escape, berries. Son of a biscuit, fresh for 3 days. They went from 1 days to 3 days. I think we did it. So I think it was actually setting. So I don't think, now I get to pull some of the stuff back. I don't think I necessarily need these. I think this is what fixed it. Basically, this would have reset the transition time. So this is a test. Let me reload the world, because let's make sure that the client and the server see the same thing. Hell yeah! Ha! GG! So the preservation spell may be in the next update too. Particles are going to be easy to make. Fresh for 3 days. All right. So let's spread it out a little bit, right? So all of these are 3 days. Let's skip time. 2 days. Let's do 2 days, right? So they dropped a day. And it is indeed, yep, all of them here. So this spell should affect all 4 stacks the same. Preservation! See, at this point, there'd be nice particles around the tub here. 3 days, 3 days, 3 days, and 3 days. Yay! It worked. Let me take out a stack. It says 4 days now. I wonder if it put it. I wonder if because it is a float. I wonder if that's like what maximum freshness would be. Now, if I put it back in, yeah, see, it says, oh, duh, it's because it says 3 days because of the storage vessel, right? So this would be other, so it'd be at 1.45x for the perishable rate. Yeah, so that would make sense. Now, I'm going to put the item in here, an item that does not have any of these attributes. And let's speed up time a little bit again. I'll take it a couple times. Fresh for 24 hours. There we go. 16 hours, right? We're starting to get low. Let's cast the spell. What was that tool you were using to do the day time change? Oh, if you hit the tilde key. Oh, there it is. There it is. So it's because I put that item in here. Let's avoid the crash. I'll show you in a moment when I can get back in. And did I not just comment that out? There we go. Nothing happened. There's nothing. Where's the first crash? Hold on. This. So I need another if statement here. And I gotta say if attribute count is greater than 0. Then we can kind of loop through here. Oh, you know what? I don't even need this at all. I don't need that at all. I could comment that out too, right? Because I'm sending the packet right here, so all of this is not needed, and all of this is not needed either. Here, I'm just going to delete those out. I don't need them. Okay. That's looking pretty good. I can get rid of that as well, because I don't need that print statement either. Minimize. Come on, man. I'm just trying to find the main window. There we go. Fireball. Okay, so when you're in the game and you're in creative mode, if you hit the tilde key next to 1, it pulls up these options. This is where your like world edit type tools are. And over here, this is how you can control day and night. So we got 15 hours. See if we could reset it back to like, what, 3? Oh, pretty much 4 days. Right at the cusp. Nope. See, now we got to start going through things, right? So I need to put it here, actually. So let me comment this out. Great to know. Yeah, oh wow, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely good to know. So I need to say if we're going to put a return in here, right? Because I'm kind of looping through. I'll say if attribute does not equal null, and I'll say if it equals null, or oh, you know what? Actually, I like this. So it does not equal null, and attribute dot count is greater than 0. I'm gonna cut this out and paste it in. All right, cast the spell again. Those poor berries now. Maybe too much time has passed. Well, didn't blow up in my face. 3 days! Yay, we did it! And now it will ignore any items that you have in here that do not abide by the whole I'm gonna rot kind of thing. Alright, so let's skip a little more time, right? 2 days, 1 day, 16 hours. There we go, 9 hours, right? There. You know what? What happens if, okay, so that's 9 hours. Now they're starting to spoil. That's the other side of this. How does this affect things? I have no idea. So we got 39% spoiled. This is disgusting. Gross. It just brings them right back to full. Perfect. Perfect. That's what I want. That is the preservation spell right there. You know, we're gonna eat one of these berries. So what if it was moldy? I just scraped the mold off these bad boys. The berry's still good. It's funny, I actually read an article kind of exposing things, right? So this is actually about, you know, like a lot of the grocery stores where they have like the cut up fruits and stuff. And the funny thing is, like, this is a practice that's been going on for a while. In my youth, I you know, I think all kids have their grocery store first jobs, and I was in produce, and they would do things where it's like, and it's still a practice today, where like something's starting to go bad, like your strawberries or something, and basically you just kind of discard the moldy parts, and then you kind of dice them up, and then you sell them for a higher price to people, right? Like, I was reading an article about that, and I'm like, that's still a thing? Yeah, I guess it would make sense that it's still a thing. And I just did it here. These are still good, and I'll charge them at like 3 times the amount because they're already cut up. That's cool. All right. And I don't think I can overload it here. If I keep casting the spell, it will consume mana when I have it start consuming mana. But your food, it can't go over capacity, right? So let's pull out meat. Let's pull out, like, chicken. Chicken! It's not what I wanted. Meat. Poultry. Here we go. We'll pull out some cooked, and we'll pull out some uncooked. Raw. Here we go. fresh for 1 day. Oof. Fresh for 5 days. 4 days. It's horrible storing this in a storage vessel. Amazing. All right, let's let some time tick by. I got to be careful with this. 12 hours. Here we go. 12 hours and 3 days. 12 hours and 15 hours. Okay, good. So splitting the stack does change the attributes. I want one to start spoiling and the other one to, like, not. 5% spoiled. Here we go. Fresh for 3 hours. So all of these should go back to their original states. Let's scrape some of that mold off. Meat smells bad? Just put some potpourri on it. There we go. Fresh for 1 day, fresh for 5 days. And if we stack them, it's not going to go over, right? And then we got all these. Perfect. You know what? We're gonna eat a berry in celebration. We did it. We did it. All right, sweet. Let's pull up the. You know, I'm not gonna pull anything up. I think we got it. Let's see. Who are we gonna raid? You know what? Next spell we're gonna do is either gonna be Blink, Polymorph, Summon Gateway, or Summon Portal, or maybe the Void Vault. It'll be one of those. One of those. We'll figure out those spells. Kind of feel like punishing myself, so who knows? Maybe it will be the Blink spell. All right, let's see. We're gonna try and raid this person. Statue. It says they speak English. I think that's criteria enough for a raid. / raid. Man, I can't wait to get some water. I'm thirsty. So the next step I would go through with these spells is the particles, right? Because it's got to look and feel like a spell. We have the grimoires and everything in already, so it would be doing mana cost and, you know, making it look good. With this, it's going to be similar to Kindle probably, but I just may have like blue wrap around it, or I'll end up playing with the spell effects. Maybe I'll have like a rotating ring around it. And then the other part of this is actually making it so this can affect ground storable things too. So if you have any crocs on the ground, I want this spell to affect those crocs as well. That's probably going to be a whole different decision branch. So we'll see how annoying that is, you know, in the spell. All right, thank you everyone for watching. I will probably be live streaming again tomorrow. It'll be like 7:30 Eastern time, maybe 7:30 to 8 p.m. Eastern time. Yeah, it'll be fun. Thank you. Have a great day. Yep, see you later, Krell. See you later, RC. And everyone, Zam, thanks for stopping by. All right, everyone, have a good night.